If a woman doesn't value you, it's usually because you're making one quiet mistake that feels nice, patient, even mature, but it's actually killing her respect for you. And most guys don't catch it until it's already too late. It's late, quiet late, the kind where your phone lights up and your chest tightens before you even check it. If this is you, you already know the feeling. You replay conversations you swore you were done replaying. That message you sent too fast. That joke she didn't laugh at. The way her replies got shorter, colder, like she was already halfway out the door while you were still trying to be cool. Maybe this hits closer than you expected. You tell yourself you're being patient, understanding, low drama, but deep down, you feel it. You feel how you're always adjusting, always giving grace, always letting things slide while she gives you bare minimum and calls it busy. And the messed up part, you hate that you're still hoping. Hoping today she texts different. Hoping tonight she asks how you are. Hoping she finally sees you. You notice stupid little things now. How she doesn't look up when you walk in. How plans are always, we'll see. How your name used to light her up, and now it barely registers. And at 3 a.m., when nobody's watching, you ask yourself questions you avoid all day. Why am I still here? Why does this feel one-sided? Why do I feel like I'm chasing someone who already checked out? You don't say it out loud, but it stings like hell. Because part of you knows you're not being valued, you're being tolerated, and that hits the ego hard. You wonder if you're tripping, if you're asking too much, if this is just how dating is now, or worse, if this is all you deserve. So let me ask you something, and don't dodge it when you strip away the hope, the excuses, the maybe she'll change. Ours are what if the real question isn't how to make her value you, but why you're still giving access to someone who doesn't. Let me slow this down for you. Most guys misunderstand this situation because they think it's about her mood, her past, her issues. It's not. I've been there, sitting in the car a little longer than needed, engine ticking, phone face down on the seat like it might bite. You already know she's not texting back, but you still check. Again, that quiet disappointment hits your chest before you even unlock the door. Here's the truth most men don't want to hear. When a woman doesn't value you, it's usually not because you did something huge. It's the small stuff, the way you keep explaining yourself, the way you stay available even when it costs you peace, the way you hope effort will fix what boundaries we're supposed to handle. We were taught that being understanding wins respect. Nah, that's cap. Understanding without standards just teaches people how far they can push you. I remember thinking, and if I just stay solid, she'll see it. Dafe, I stayed chill, let things slide, played it cool while my gut was screaming. Didn't work. Here's one principle that changes everything. Respect comes before affection. Always if she doesn't respect your time, your space, your word, no amount of kindness flips that switch. Another hard one, people treat you how you teach them to, not how you hope they will, not how you deserve, how you allow. This isn't about acting cold or turning into some tough guy. It's about being steady, knowing when to step back instead of leaning in, knowing when silence says more than another message. You don't have to prove your value, you have to protect it. And once you do that, something shifts. Either she feels it, or you finally stop wasting your energy on someone who never really saw you. That's not loss, that's clarity. The room's quiet except for the hum of the fridge. That low buzz that never shuts up, lights off. Phone in your hand, screen cold against your thumb. You're not even waiting for a text anymore. You're waiting to stop hoping. You scroll back. Too far. That night she laughed at everything you said. That drive safe message that used to hit different. Now it's just read receipts and long gaps that feel louder than words. You sit on the edge of the bed. Hoodie still on. It's warm in the room, but you feel kind of hollow, like something's missing and you don't want to name it. Inner voice starts talking. Maybe she's busy. Maybe you're overthinking. Maybe you. Nah, you feel it in your chest. That quiet knowing you keep pushing away. You remember the last time you saw her. The pause before she answered. The half smile. the way her body leaned back instead of in. That stung. You laughed it off like it was nothing, played it cool inside. You were spiraling. You hate that part of you. The part that waits. The part that gives the benefit of the doubt like it's free candy. The part that keeps showing up even when respect didn't. You stand up, walk to the window, streetlights flickering, someone laughing outside. Life still moving, and you realize you've been shrinking to keep someone comfortable. That's wild. Your phone buzzes, not her. And in that moment, that tiny, quiet moment, something shifts. Not anger, not sadness, just clarity. You ask yourself, barely above a whisper, why am I fighting to be valued by someone who wouldn't fight to keep me? A lot of men walk into this situation holding beliefs that feel harmless, even noble. They're not. They quietly drain you. One belief goes like this: if I just stay patient, she'll come around. I used to believe that. Waiting, giving space, telling myself I was being mature. What I was really doing, putting my life on pause while hers kept moving. Patience without self-respect isn't strength. It's self-abandonment. Like someone once said, she didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. That one hits different when you sit with it. Another belief, 5. If I show her how much I care, she'll value me more. Sounds right, feels right, but in real life, giving without boundaries doesn't create closeness. It creates imbalance. I remember texting paragraphs, getting one word replies back, still telling myself, it's cool, it wasn't, because for Zai, attention is cheap, respect is priceless, and I was handing out attention like it was nothing. The last one's subtle. Walking away means I failed. Nah. Sometimes walking away is the first time you choose yourself. You don't lose her. You lose your own presences long before that happens. And once that's gone, everything feels off. This isn't about blame. You weren't weak. You were hopeful. But hope without awareness keeps you stuck. And the wild part, the moment you stop chasing value is usually the moment you start remembering who you are. The 1% headman sees this situation different. This is what he understands. When a woman doesn't value him, it's not a signal to do more. It's a signal to get still, to check his footing, to come back to himself instead of scrambling for approval. Most men panic, text faster, explain harder, try to fix the vibe. The headman doesn't do that. He notices the shift, the shorter replies, the lack of curiosity, and he doesn't flinch. This is how he leads, with presence, not pressure. He slows down instead of speeding up. He gives space without playing games. He doesn't announce boundaries. He leaves them. There's a moment, phone in his hand. He could send that message. You know the one. The headman pauses, breathes, puts the phone down. Not because he's scared, but because he's grounded. He understands something most men miss. Chasing doesn't create value. Stability does. When respect fades, he doesn't argue with reality. He accepts it calmly, and that calm, that's power. He's not cold, he's centered, not distant, selective, not loud, solid. And here's the kicker. The same presence that makes a woman either step up or step out is the presence that makes him sleep better at night. No drama, no spirals, just clarity. That's 1% energy. It doesn't happen during a fight or some big speech. It happens in the quiet. You're brushing your teeth, mirror fogged up, same routine, same face, and it hits you not loud, not dramatic, just heavy. You remember little flashes, her checking her phone while you're talking. That, my bad, I forgot smile. The way you kept shrinking your needs so you wouldn't seem like a problem. Your chest tightens, not heartbreak, something closer to embarrassment. You sit down, bed creaks, phone in your hand again. That message is half typed. You could still save it, still smooth things over, still keep the peace. Pause. And for the first time, you don't. A thought slips in, quiet as hell, almost scared to speak. Why am I always the one bending? That lands different. Another memory snaps back. You laughing something off that actually hurt. You saying, it's all good, when it wasn't. You acting chill while your gut was screaming, nah, this ain't it. Then the weight drops. Not anger, not revenge, just truth. You've been breaking yourself to stay connected. You exhale, long, shoulders drop, and under your breath, barely a whisper, I'm done doing that. No announcement, no flex, Just a line you won't cross anymore. The phone goes face down. The room feels still, solid. And in that silence, you don't feel lonely. You feel back in your body. That's the turn. That's the moment you stop chasing value and start standing in it. You've been bending, shrinking, waiting for crumbs, feeling invisible in plain sight. You replayed her words, her laughs, the pauses, every little sign she wasn't all in. You texted too much, explained too much, hoped too much. And yeah, it hurt like hell. Now it stops. You drop the phone. Feel the quiet. The room hums. Your chest doesn't ache the same. Respect isn't begged for. It's owned. And for the first time in a long ass while, you see it. You're not losing her. You're finally finding yourself. But